howdy. Trying to come up with a new way of saying hello without really saying good evening. I almost feel like Alfred Hitchcock. Good evening. Oh, I think I just aged myself a little bit on that one. But it's been a wild, fun-filled day. It's been a hot one again today. Whew! And an interesting one. I got my lawn lesson taught today. I sometimes get so focused and so driven on doing something that I don't really sometimes stop and think about, should I? And sometimes I get focused and driven on doing something, and I should. Today's one of those, I was really focused on accomplishing something, and I wasn't really sure how. And I kept asking questions. And I got to realizing that asking questions sometimes is the only way to get answers. When you want something done, or you're not exactly sure can something be done, you got to ask the right questions. It took me a little while, but I found the right questions. And I asked enough of them till I got the answers that I needed. And I get to thinking about some of the people I work with, some of the kids I work with, and how they don't always ask questions. Oh, my son and daughter, I would tell them, if you don't understand, ask questions. Well, Mama, and I do, and I know other people do, get tired of being asked questions. My kids were little and they'd say, Mama, what's this? Mama, what's that? But why? But why? But why? Well, how come? And after a while, I was so tired of answering questions, I'd be like, because I said so. And over time, my kids got to where they quit asking questions. And when they stop asking questions, I think sometimes we stop learning when we stop asking questions. They either try to figure it out on their own, or worse, they just give up trying. It's heartbreaking sometimes when you watch someone try real hard, but when they can't figure something out, quit and give up. I've seen my own children do that. They tried to figure something out, and when they couldn't, they just gave up and walked away. Now, if I caught them doing it, I tried to make them go back and pay attention and follow what I was saying and try to get it done. But if I didn't catch them giving up, then they just walked away. And when the project or the task they were doing went undone. And if allowed to just give up, then they don't ever learn to persevere and to see stuff through. Now sometimes I do give up. I feel defeated. I feel beat down to the point that I ask myself, what's the point? Nothing's ever going to change. Nothing's going to do any different. So let's just give up and try something else. Then I'm reminded of the scripture that says, he that endureth that to the end shall be saved. Not everything in the Christian walk is easy. Some of it's downright hard. But at the same time, I see it as the end results, in the end, it's all worth it. Because when we have that drive to see our Christian walk fulfilled, God promises us a home in heaven. when we continue on, there's a reward. I'm distracted a little bit tonight because even though we've not been back in school very long, I already see some of that going on. The what's the point is too hard anyways. And it makes you stop and say, hey, let's try it. Who knows, maybe this year we've got it. We have that a lot in works when we work. And I know my job is different than other people's job. My husband works on buses. And there's days when no matter what he tries, he just doesn't seem to get it. He had one particular bus here recently. I don't know if it was this week or last week. We haven't been in school very long, so it was like in the first day or two we started running the buses. It had a little bell that kept going off. Well, I say a little bell. It's like one of these little buzzards. And he tried it, and it would quit. So he thought, okay, that fixed it. Well, to get on the route, nope. The driver will call it, this thing's going off again. So he takes it back and he looks at it again. You know, there's just sometimes things don't always have a solution, or the solution is hard to find. We can't just give up on it. We got to persevere and push through, no matter how hard it gets. Because in the end, it's like that alarm going off on that bus is a nuisance and irritating. So the driver will be very happy that it don't go off. My son and my daughter, when I would make them finish it, the task, no matter how hard it was, there was a sense of accomplishment that it got done. Here about last year, I think it was, I put a 1,000-piece puzzle together. I had that thing about halfway done and I was ready to just break it all up because I could not figure out how these pieces went. My daughter's like, no, Mom, we're too close to give up now. And we pushed through. And it turned out to be a very pretty picture when we were done. But if we give up, the picture's never fully formed. And the person or thing that we were working with never fully gets to its full potential. So, I guess today, the Lord's given me this lesson. No matter how hard it is, no matter how impossible it seems, don't give up. And don't give up on people. Don't give up on the situation. Don't give up on things just because the going gets tough. Because the end result makes all the difference. I'm sure there's some things we should give up on, but people is not one of them. I believe in you. God bless.